Alrighty, y'all. So the game is finally out of maintenance, and I think everybody's going to be well happy with the compensation, right? Obviously, if you guys watch any of my last videos, that's damn near that's over 3,000. That's oh my god, that's oh damn, yo, they gave an extra 5 advice. Yo, this is good compensation. Let's go for Bready. I do want to check something real quick because what's her name? Crust is also like somewhere. I think she might be here. I'm not sure. We'll see. I see Trina. I don't have Trina. It's cool. Bready is here, but I don't see Crust. So it's like, it's cool. But let's go ahead and see. Can we get Bready one multi? One multi? If not, we're still going to showcase her. But can I get her? No, I didn't get her. That's cool. It's cool. I mean, I can do a quick like farm up to get another multi real quick. Let me do that actually. Alright, yeah, so I got another quick multi real quick. We're gonna do just one more multi. If I don't get Bready, I don't get Bready, but I'm still gonna do the showcase for y'all because you know your boy gotta do the showcase. This up there was supposed to happen at 9 a.m. in the morning. Okay, come on. She's a Tetra. She's a Tetra. She's a Tetra. Bready's the character I actually want. Come on, she's a Tetra. Missileless. That's not her. Told, of course. That's fine. Give me everybody but her. That's cool. It's cool. Why does it say new Nikke? I don't have a new Nikke. What's all this? What's this? Why these new Nikkes got a design on them? Oh, to indicate favorite items and stuff? Okay, but why does it say new? Did they get Bready for free or something? No. So who's new? I'm confused. Oh, advise. I see. Calm. Okay, let's go ahead and showcase Bready then. Alright, so this is the team I'm running right now. It's because obviously E-Leg does give distributed damage on her burst skill, and she does lower defense. Obviously, Mila does increase what's it called? Damage taken increase when she lands 60 normal attacks, which is going to be helpful. And because this is a water DPS we're dealing with, Guillotine is going on the team because she is a water buffer as well. Damage a strong element specifically, right? So we're going to see what's looking like with this team. We have Litter as our main DPS. We're going on with Scope Lock, right? If you don't know what happened with Bready, if you haven't been up to date, I wouldn't expect everybody to know, but they did change her kit essentially, right? It's the exact same kit, but some of the numbers went higher and some of the numbers went lower, right? So in terms of some of these buffs, right, this attack buff on her first skill, the lingering taste and the recommended taste, the charge speed decreased from 50% to 20%. This attack buff went from 50% to 70%. This attack buff went from 50% to 70%. Like, she's been buffed up all around, but I want to see, is she good or not? Right now, how this character works is basically if you give her a certain buff, she's going to have a different like skill kit, right? She basically has 2 kits, right? So if you give her a character who is or if she gets distributed damage buffs, she's going to have, you know, distributed damage effects, right? So she's going to have the, I believe it's the recommended taste, right, for distributed damage, right? And then if you have sustained damage buff, she's going to have the lingering taste, right? With E-Leg on our team, we actually don't have any sustained damage, but we do have the lingering, right? So let's go ahead and see what this is looking like. I'm hoping for the absolute best with this one. If they nerfed her, I don't know. I feel like they nerfed her just because it's like right before the maintenance went live, they're like, oh, we're going to extend it again and just cut down, fix the character's kit or whatever. So I feel like she might have been just overly powerful before. All right, remember, E-Leg makes you start off with a burst skill instantly. So we're going in here. So E-Leg just used her burst skill. Bready, as you guys can see, has her distributed damage buff from Boom install, which means she should have favorite candy active, which we can't really see it. But I guess, what is this one? When we attack with a full charge while in recommended taste, right? And we're in recommended taste because, no, recommended taste is, yeah, because we got the distributed damage. So we're looking for Lonely Gauntlet or whatever. Let's see. Let's use her burst skill. Boom. So 2.2 million off rip. Okay, so short circuit, which means this is all. No, that's not her. That's thing. But we're favorite candy. That's what it's looking like. So we have a proc, right? We have this proc, and then we're doing 256. 250 or 65% of final attack of distributed damage, but because it's one enemy, it's just going to one enemy. And then because we used our burst skill, we are going to have 70% increase on attack as well, right? And then because we entered a full burst, we have 2 attack 70%. Like, this is too much, right? If you guys take a look from just these 4 skills, 60% attack damage buff, 60% attack damage buff, 70% attack buff, 70% attack buff, and then because we use Litter's burst skill, a 66% attack buff on top of just like, okay, so 2.2 million. Okay, the thing is her charge speed is very slow. That was like that's the whole thing though. Okay, but she does hit hard though, I would say. 48 million. She does hit hard. Yeah, so I feel like before, what the numbers were before, she would have easily been like the strongest or one of the strongest characters in the game, right? And I feel like that's why they were too worried. They were way too worried about that happening, right? Because right now we're in a full burst. We're not using her burst skill. We're at 54 million. We're in a full burst. 54 million to what? We still have all the effects because we're still getting distributed damage buffs and stuff like that. So that's reapplying. But 54 million to 76 million no burst skill is quite crazy, right? And we're not even fully stacked on guillotine, are we? Because are we? I think we are. No, hero's gift goes up to 100, right? So we're not fully stacked up on guillotine yet, which means this character is not fully stacked up. But now we're using her burst skill again. 82 million to what? Okay. So that's the only thing. Her charge speed is very, very, very slow. But if maybe there's like we can, you know, fix it up with, oh, I didn't even see. Okay, 132 million, right? Maybe we could possibly fix that up with she has type advantage as well. She has type advantage as well. So is this good or is this bad? I wouldn't say she's broken, right? Like don't get me wrong, I wouldn't say she's broken. But just seeing her kit now, would she have been broken beforehand? Maybe, right? But remember, we're only seeing how this character operates with her recommended taste. So this is how good she is with the distributed damage, right? This is her distributed damage. This is nothing like the sustained damage, right? So we're gonna do the next team with the sustained damage, right? When it comes to distributed damage, you can use Master and Anchor as well, which I do think would probably just be better than E-Leg, if you want me to be honest, because that's every burst rotation, you're getting all their buffs, and they give attack damage buffs and attack buffs and stuff like that as well. So, and crit rate and all that stuff, which is going to be good and stuff like that. So, I do feel like you would want to run Master and Anchor with this comp, and I'll probably try that in a different video on somebody else's account, because I obviously don't have Bready, and I don't have Master or Anchor. But other than that, I think her damage is pretty good, right? Considering this is no overload gear, just 10, 10, 10, level 400, I'm thinking her damage is quite good, especially since we don't have Crown on this team or anything like that, right? We could put Crown on this team and just, you know, take advantage of the fact that Crown does give a 64% attack buff to anybody who uses their burst skill and a reload speed buff, which would also benefit for this character, because I'm not gonna lie, her reload speed is very slow right now. Right, you guys are gonna see in a second, right? But look right here, her reload speed is not the fastest. With, you know, Crown, that'd be a lot faster, right? So with a slow reload speed and then already a slow charge speed, it's like you're missing out on a lot of shots by not having at least that reload speed buff. You know what I mean? So with Crown on the team, rather than someone like Guillotine, right? We're at 373 million. This is like everybody's fully stacked up at this point, right? Everybody's fully stacked up at this point. She's fully stacked up. Guillotine's fully stacked up. Everybody's working at this point, right? 373 to 417. That was like a 40 million. She's getting like a 40 million jump on her burst skill, and then like a 20 something million buff off her burst skill. So, I mean, I think the character is quite good. I do think the character is quite good. I could see a lot of people. This is probably like the strongest water DPS, right? I would say so. I would say this is the strongest water DPS in the game, right? Because who would it have been before? Guillotine or Ludmilla? And this character, as you guys can see, is mollywalking them, right? She's mollywalking them, right? And again, this character is unique because you have like two different playstyles. You can use her with distributed damage, or you can use her off distributed damage, which is what I think I'm going to try to do. Right, I'm gonna, you know, go off distributed damage and take a look at that right now. So this is what her numbers were: 514 million with distributed damage. I'm gonna pause and build a team off the lingering taste, which is the sustained damage. We're gonna see how hard she hits, just to see which one is better. Is it the recommended taste that's better or lingering taste that's better? We're gonna find out. All right, so I think it's only fair that we go back in here with the exact same composition, just this time with Rosanna. Rosanna on her burst skill does actually give a sustained damage buff and damage taken buff as well, so that's going to be very, very helpful as well. And then, you know, if you do destroy enemy parts, she is giving all allies an attack buff, right? And just damage, you know, parts buff as well. So in actual battle outside of something like this, she's like very useful, right? But let's take a look, because, hey, we're getting this one is with the sustained damage. So how the sustained damage works is that she will proc a sustained damage of, I think, what is it? Let me just pull it up real quick. It's after 3 full charges, right? Then she will put a sustained damage for 5 seconds. What's the percentage though? It's at a percentage of 150. So 150 times 5 is 750 basically, right? Where before like they fixed her kid, that was at 450, so you guys can kind of see. But let's take a look and see what it's at. Boom. So here's Litter, here's Rosanna, who now put it on, and then here's Bready. We're currently at 1.4 million. Remember, we need 3 full charges to put the sustained damage on. We need 3 full charges, right? But with that, she's also giving damage taken increase as well. So let's take a look. So 1, 2, 3, and there's the sustained damage. So we're at 20 million now, right? And here's the sustained damage. Okay, so it's at 6.6, right? 6.6. 52 million though. Is the sustained damage still there though? I think the thing that's good about the sustained damage at least is, I mean, it's kind of the same thing. Okay, so 57 million. 1, 2, 3, 60, okay, 68 million. This is off her burst skill, so we're not getting her burst skill from this as well, right? So let's see, 68 million, and then I think it's done. 80. Ooh, is she better with the sustained damage? You gotta, okay, Rosanna is giving damage taken increase as well, but like Rosanna's like probably the only character, unless, let me know in the comments, because nobody else comes to mind, but Rosanna's the only character I know that increases sustained damage for allies, right? So it's like, maybe a favorite item character does too. I feel like there's another character, I'm just forgetting them, but Rosanna does. And obviously, I'm not gonna lie, it's looking like she's gonna be way better with the sustained damage from Rosanna, right? If Rosanna, the limited Rosanna, is the only character who can give the sustained damage buff, you gotta remember what comes with Rosanna, right? She's already giving you an attack buff for enemy parts you destroy, whatever it is, and then she's also giving you more damage taken increase, like debuff on the enemy. So it's probably just better to run the sustained damage one, where you have Rosanna who's also buffing you up, rather than freaking, I mean, again, I haven't tried out Bready with Master or Anchor, but if I'm just talking about E-Leg for the distributed damage, it's not gonna be worth it compared to this. Like, we're probably gonna pass 514 million with this team, right? I'm sorry, we probably are just going to, right? But if Bready's strong, she's really strong, right? But this is the exact same team, just with 2 different buffers, right? It's just with 2 different buffers, right? So, hey, I don't know, but are we using our burst skill this first rotation? We are. So 310 million to what? Let's see. I'm just gonna see. 310 million to what? Okay, sustained damage still though. Yeah. So it's like a way bigger. 310 million to 399 basically. That's like almost a 90 million. On her burst skill, that's like a 90 million, right? Let's see. 403 million to what? 403 million to what? Let's take a look. To 425. So on her burst skill, she's going up by like 90 million. Off her burst skill, she's going up by like 22 million, right? So let's just confirm that again. Okay, wait. So 429 million. If it's up by 90 million, that would be like 519, right? Somewhere around there. 519 million, somewhere around there. Yeah, exactly. 519. So yeah, it's clear as day with this composition, it's just way better than the distributed damage. It's just way better. The sustained damage is just crazy. This character is powerful though. Like, mind you, do you know what the percentages were before though? Like, the percentages before were crazy. It was 450%. Now it's 150%. No wonder they changed her kit, because then she probably would have been way stronger than Cinderella. Like, I'm not even trying to be funny, but she actually would have been stronger than Cinderella, because this is her numbers, no overload gear, nothing. This is just her numbers now, right? With the nerf, I would say the nerf effects. It's kind of like balances out technically because she got buffed and nerfed, but it's like, it's better than the distributed damage. It is definitely better than distributed damage, I will say. The lingering taste is better than the recommended taste, or whatever it's called. So 415 million, or we got 514 million with distributed damage, and we got 641 million with the sustained damage. So I probably would go with the sustained damage comp. Again, Rosanna is a character you're going to need for that, which is unfortunate because she is a limited character. So if you don't have her, I don't really know who else can help you there, because like Viper is not helping you there. The only other character that comes to mind is no one. Maybe, is it Flora? Is it Flora? Hers was true damage, not sustained damage. So no one. There's no one else. I don't think so. It's not Grave, is it? I feel like there's another character who gave sustained damage. Am I tripping? It was not, Mana doesn't give it, does she? It's not Sakura. Where's Mana? I just want to check. I don't know who it is. I feel like there's another one, but I just generally don't know. It's not Mana. She, for herself, it is for herself, but not for everybody else. Okay, well, Bready is better sustained damage wise. Anyways, that's just the initial showcase. Let me know what you guys think. Is Bready good? Yes. Was she broken before her nerf? We will never know, but it seems to be the case because she's powerful. But you guys let me know what you think. It's your boy Zxous, I'm out. And if you do have Master and Anchor and you do have Bready and you're in my Discord, hit me up in my DMs because I would want to try that team out outside of the shooting range. So yeah, it's your boy Zxous, I'm out. Bye.